Virtual reality is genuine reality. That's the central thesis of Reality Plus. In this highly original work of technophilosophy, David J. Chalmers uses virtual reality technology to address philosophical questions about reality and uses philosophy to shed light on the coming metaverse of virtual worlds. Along the way, he conducts a grand tour of big ideas in philosophy and illuminates our technological future. Reality Plus is a major statement that will shape discussion of philosophy, science, and technology for years to come. Reality Plus, Virtual Worlds and the Problems of Philosophy by David J. Chalmers. Jazz by Toni Morrison. Jazz is a story of passion, jealousy, murder, and redemption, of sex and spirituality, slavery and liberation, country and city. It is a novel about the rapture and anguish of being male and female and, above all, human. Like the music of its title, it is a dazzlingly lyric play on elemental themes, as soaring and daring as a Charlie Parker solo, as heartbreaking as the blues. It is Nobel Prize, winning novelist Toni Morrison at her very best. The Martian by Andy Weir. 6 days ago, astronaut Mark Watney became one of the first people to walk on Mars. Now he's sure he'll be the first person to die there. After a dust storm forces his crew to evacuate the planet while thinking him dead, Mark finds himself stranded on Mars' surface, with no way to signal Earth that he's alive. And even if he could get the word out, his supplies would be gone years before a rescue could arrive. Chances are, though, Mark won't have time to starve to death. The damaged machinery, unforgiving environment, or plain old human error are much more likely to kill him first. Armed with nothing but his ingenuity, his engineering skills, and a gallows sense of humor that proves to be his greatest source of strength, Mark embarks on a dog quest to stay alive. But will his resourcefulness be enough to overcome the impossible odds against him? Looking for Alaska by John Green. Before, Miles Pudge Halter's whole existence has been one big non-event, and his obsession with famous last words has only made him crave the great perhaps even more. He heads off to the sometimes crazy, possibly unstable, and anything but boring world of Culver Creek boarding school, and his life becomes the opposite of safe, because down the hall is Alaska Young, the gorgeous, clever, funny, sexy, self-destructive, screwed up, and utterly fascinating Alaska Young, who is an event unto herself. She pulls Pudge into her world, launches him into the great perhaps, and steals his heart. After, nothing is ever the same. The Road Less Traveled, A New Psychology of Love, Traditional Values, and Spiritual Growth by M. Scott Peck. Confronting and solving problems is a painful process, which most of us attempt to avoid. And the very avoidance results in greater pain and an inability to grow both mentally and spiritually. Drawing heavily upon his own professional experience, Dr. M. Scott Peck, a practicing psychiatrist, suggests ways in which confronting and resolving our problems and suffering through the changes can enable us to reach a higher level of self-understanding. Dr. Peck discusses the nature of loving relationships, how to recognize true compatibility, how to distinguish dependency from love, how to become one's own person, how to be a more sensitive parent. The Road Less Traveled, a national bestseller for 4 years, brilliantly integrates traditional, psychological, and spiritual insights. The result is a book that can show you how to embrace reality and achieve serenity and fullness in your life. Ready Player One by Ernest, Cline. In the year 2044, reality is an ugly place. The only time teenage Wade Watts really feels alive is when he's jacked into the virtual utopia known as the Oasis. Wade's devoted his life to studying the puzzles hidden within this world's digital confines, puzzles that are based on the creator's obsession with the pop culture of decades past and that promise massive power and fortune to whoever can unlock them. But when Wade stumbles upon the first clue, he finds himself beset by players willing to kill to take this ultimate prize. The race is on, and if Wade's going to survive, he'll have to win and confront the real world he's always been so desperate to escape.